Is going to show you solo Grandmaster from the Fireteam Ops playlist. Now that I've hit 450, the game now just begins, people. The last 4 weeks, we learned nothing from that. Let's now learn the game starting from today. Yes. Game starts today, lads. It doesn't start at 420. It starts at 450 right now here today. Time to get out of that solo level in jail. Look at the sun, look at the trees, look at the things that you've never seen for the last 4 weeks, and just accustom yourself to nature. So, at 450, we can now play the game. The standard for GMs nowadays post Edge of Fate are these. These are the closest things you will get to a GM, and the reasons are as follows. Number 1, you're minus 40 delta under, no matter your power level. Number 2, there is a darkness zone timer. Once that expires, all revives are gone and you need to flawless it. If it's solo, then it must be so flawless if you have not beaten it in the time that it specifies. If it's 15 minutes, it's 15 minutes. These are the activities to finally test your builds. GM players... The GM players upload, they need to then start doing these and testing their builds, whatever they're doing. These 3 here are your free daily GMs and they rotate. This is where we do our build testing now. Pingle Ops, no, it needs a refresh. We played these missions to death. We need 0-hour presage operations out of shield. Solo Ops is nothing. We don't do any build testing here. For anyone who build crafts for Solo Ops, it's a red flag. We build craft here because these are actual, of likeness to a GM. It's not like exactly like for like to the old GMs, but this is what we've got in the game now. Stop complaining. This is what we've got to work with, and I've got to work with it as well, and it's all right. These are fun. I soloed the match made edition. If you solo it, you will have to customize the mods. Now, you could put it like for like. You could match all these mods and then do that, right? But I just soloed the match-made version by making a solo server. I made a solo server and done these mods because these are fixed. And I want to do the edition that you are doing so that it's like for like. I don't want to start customizing it and saying, hey, I put on this, I put on that. No, I want the fixed version because it's easier for people to understand. I done the solo GM today. That's the minus 40 delta one. The one with the timer, the one, etc. It's proven grounds as well. Mods are equipment locked, no avant-garde is on, limited revive, Slayer, Fury, Grit, Accelerator Special Surge, which is new today, Solar Surge and Strand Surge, which is very unique, Galvanized 2, Champions of Barrier and Unstop, Screeber and Shroud, Subtle Foes, Battlefield Promotion, and Grounded, which is nasty. But I don't mind Grounded being on because it shows how damn good my build is for this, right? Because it even goes to the next thing. Because I'm actually using an aerial build on a Grounded GM, right? Unreal. You'll get Infinite Heavy with Fury, which is OP. You can do a lot with this, honestly. It's a very fun thing. You now understand I've done that version. You'll see the footage that I did load in for that. Now I can talk about build. My hunter has become out of that 450 power jail. He's come out of it and he's like, right, now I start build crafting, right? Finally, Inmost Light and Cryo Roll comes out for Woven Mail spam on Nade and Inmost Light for ability spam. I am still dialing in stats. I don't want to talk about them yet as I'm still locking them in. Those are what the stats I have. Armor mods are on screen. There'll be a dim link anyways, but I will tell you what my fragments aspects was. I'm running Silk Strike, Marksman's Dodge, Freddied Spike, Grapple Grenade, Freddied Spectre, Ascension, Fragments are Facet of Ruin, Protection, Hope, Dawn, and Facet of Purpose for more Woven Mail. I am using a Orb Generation build. Now, whoever told you, who told you this was bad? Because we want to know who it was and we want to scold them for it. I want to because they were wrong. Did you keep a festival flight roll with attrition orbs? Please tell me that you did because you need it. It's dead OP. It's unbelievably strong. The attrition orbs nerf, yes, did happen to area denial GLs, but honestly, it does not matter. My god, you can face plant bosses with this weapon. This weapon is meta defining, just like what Velocity Baton was, but it's Strand. And my god, I'm so glad I kept attrition orbs. And I knew that there was something fishy when a few people said it's not very good. I think they just said that because they wanted you to delete it. I'm just saying it, man, because when I'm using it, I'm in a different universe and enjoying it. Whereas some other people are like using it and like, I don't like this. It's like, why don't you like it? My gosh, I mean, unreal, honestly. I'm using Stars in Shadow because it stuns barriers and unstoppable champions because I got Burning Ambition on and I need that. And it's Anarchy Spam. I'm going to spam Anarchy Spam and play super aggressive in this run. That's why I'm using these double GL weapons for maximum uptime on Transcendence pops. Artifact mods are as follows. Tightly Woven is OP. I'm using Fever and Chill, Radiant Shrapnel, Shield Crush, Elemental Daze. Those are the most important mods. Obviously, this is important as well. Some gun mods. And yeah, we're using Inmost Light, Cryo Roll, Prismatic Hunter Spam, Unreal, on with the run. This video is going to make it up to our Hunter loyalists who missed out on a Conquest Delve solo. Instead, you're getting this. You will want to play this build after this run. Seriously. What's this? What we're doing here? SS Tricky. SS Tricky 5 2002. So, yep, we're just going to skim our way up to the top side of the map. This is obviously Proven Grounds. And our first goal is the 2 turrets, left and right. Yeah, left and right, and then the barrier spawns in. We're going to get a Fretted Spike on them, Radiant. Then we'll get 2 Anarchy shots, and then an Ascension, a Grapple Melee, and then another Anarchy, and just get rid of this barrier. That's my goal, basically. 2 turrets, barrier champ down, bodied, and then the 3 turrets at the back of the map. That's your next goal. And then, after when you do that preparations, you can control this whole arena, essentially, right? Now, there's Strand Hunger, obviously, on the side there. Look at that bugger now. The game's just like going weird. You see that with the bars, with the progress bars. But yet, once those turrets are down, we can then start to work these initial ads. After this Unstoppable is killed, or most of the ads are killed, the boss will spawn in. We want to prep ourselves a little bit for that. I'll get a stun with Burning Ambition, Stars in Shadow. Right, because it's good, because it's a pulse rifle. That means it's barrier rounds, and it stuns unstop. So it's actually a rather decent weapon, this. That's actually a very good weapon, in fact. Unstoppable goes down. I'm looking to get my Transcendence. So I've got my Attrition Orbs Festival Flight roll. I pop a Transcendence here. Here we go. And we are getting ability surges, so the build's going to be super. It's going to be to its maximum 11, even more than what it usually is. It's just unbelievably strong in this. We're just going to keep doing our Anarchy and my Strand GL shots. Get rid of the boss. Now I'm looking to get rid of his generator with my super. I've saved super for this. Look, it speeds it up. Because getting that generator down when all the ads are up is quite difficult. Because look, I'm playing more aggressive to show you this build as much as possible. Right, now I'm looking to get rid of these unstops. Screebs are pushing me. Remember, grounded is on, so every time I jump in the air and do my ascensions, I get hit harder, which is good, because this is showcasing the build off even more so. So my goal is to get a Transcendence. It's a very good combination between Anarchy and Strand GL, because that's my light and darkness spam. So I'll get tons and tons of Transcendence energy, which, by the way, The surge mods do not affect Transcendence Energy, so all the Transcendence Energy that you are seeing in this run is organic. In other words, this would actually happen in any normal circumstance in the game with the way I'm playing. In terms of a Transcendence Energy gained from the grenade launchers, we are still in like sort of a GL meta for Transcendence. Look at that. Look at the Transcendence meters. We get a stun on both unstops there with Burning Ambition. Then the boss is weak. He's finished. And obviously, every time Fury, the bar on the right-hand side, every time Fury goes to the maximum meter, we will get full heavy back. So I can essentially just keep spamming my Anarchy over and over and over. Now, there's other weapons I could have used, but I was like, immediately thought, let's see what Anarchy's doing and let's see what it's like. Because I've been using Edge of Fate gear for a long time now, 4 weeks or whatever. So it was about time for me to start using anything that I want. And that's what I'm starting to do at 450 power. And you'll see more of that, of course. Especially exotics. It's more heavy exotics. It's more... The Edge of Fate featured exotics are very limited to what we have, right? So that's the problem I see mainly. Well, there's more to it than that. All gear should be Edge of Fate gear. I don't know why they change his philosophy. Any time in the past when they do sunsets, they never sunset exotics. That was a rule, and they've sort of not sunset exotics, but they've sort of said F you to old exotics, and that's not good. Right, it should be that all exotics are within the Edge of Fate thing. In Renegades, they'll fix it. But for the time being, we'll just have to work with the system as it is. Right, sniper right and left. This sniper is misbehaving. So I'm prepping, I'm working the room. I want to get rid of the 2 snipers, but he's hiding for some reason. As soon as those 2 snipers are down, I'm going to obviously really push up. But I'm just wanting to get the... He's promoted as well. That he would be promoted, wouldn't he? So I must have killed the promoted ad or whatever, and then he got promoted. The vehicles will come out. There we are. He's out now. So the vehicles are very dangerous in this, and they can 2-shot you for sure. In midair, I think they can 1-shot because Grounded's on. Grounded's a nasty modifier, right? It is, especially when you want to play verticality builds. It nearly spoils them. I mean... With the fact I can woven mail spam, it counters Grounded a little bit, and it does. But I do definitely need to keep an eye on my positioning, in air, on and on the floor. I use a super here. Let's get rid of some of these ads, and especially middle. Middle needs sorted out. The vehicles do as well, but the 2 vehicles left and right are taken. We've got a promoted sniper yet again left. That's okay though. He's running away though. That's all. He would be. I've got a Transcendence to use for mid, which I'm about to use as soon as I get this sniper left. But yeah, he is being annoying. He is being annoying though. To be fair. That's it. Get rid of the sniper. Now we can go into middle and then start to showcase the build off a bit more. There is a vehicle at the back of the map, but I'm gonna, for the most part, ignore him a little bit. As my goal is the 2 barriers here. So I'll get a Transcendence pop. Anarchy goes in. Break the shield if Anarchy has not broke. Because we will get barrier with Anarchy as well. Remember, because Radiant gives barrier to weapons that don't have a champ mod in them. So will the Strand GL. Same thing. Barrier. There's one barrier that's out of positioning. So this actually ruined this a little bit. That's fine. I've still got my Transcendence. I'm going to use a super here because I want to get rid of the vehicle and the VIP. And any banes and stuff. We can isolate barrier in a minute. I can get him in a minute. Remember, you can do Ascension spam in Silk Strike. That's why we run it. Unreal super. Fantastic. Get rid of this vehicle. He's promoted yet again. I got bad luck in this room with promoted ads, actually. Quite a bit. Okay, barrier champ, we need to take care of him. Anarchy goes in. Then we get the shield break. Look at the super regen. Look at the... This is the ability surges, right? But the Transcendence is impressive off this. Which, as I say, is not buffed by the surges. As far as I'm aware, it's not. Because the GLs are always crazy. I get a super here. Phase 2. This is tank phase. Ads come out on your left and right. So I use a super here. Use an Ascension at the exit point of your super. Always do that if you're running Silk Strike on Prismatic like this. Now we go in with a prismatic use. Now remember, we're getting hit hard here. Grounded's on, but we have got woven mail. We've got all the ability uses in the world with this. And just keep popping our ascensions, my grenades. I'll do a nice grapple melee here. Look at this. Boom, tank goes down. That was alright. Another ascension, then strand GL to the next tank. Hunter mains. And look at all the orbs we're making. Look at that. The orb generation from Festival Flight is more than ample. The best role on this GL, definitely. There's no other role better than this. Frenzy, no. Envious Arsenal, no. Chain Reaction, no. I've looked at the gun, and I can guarantee you that this is the best role, and with demo as well. Probably still with demo, because demo is just I mean, it's still really good, and it scales with your grenade stat. Yeah, I believe so. That's how it works. So, demo attrition orbs. You want a solo GM, you want to face plant bosses. This is the weapon to use. I just didn't have time to tell you about it last week because everything was just too busy. I was wanting to make a video about this Strand GL and say, look, make sure you got Attrition Orbs demo before Solstice goes away. Obviously, it's gone away now. So for those who don't have an Attrition Orb roll, then I feel sorry for them because I don't know when you're going to be able to get this again. Hopefully, you was clever enough and had the foresight to say, you know what, I'm going to keep this. Whether people say it's bad or not, I'm going to keep it just in case. And that is another thing that, you know, you've got to manage those items. Whether your vault is full or not, you must manage things and have foresight to remember, well, is this as bad as they say, or do I need to test it? If in doubt, ask me, because I will give you the exact informations. I won't lead you down astray or the wrong path. If there is a meta weapon that I think is meta, I will tell you that it is. I guess people forgot about prismatic builds. Edge of Fate, Levelins sent you warped a bit, and you're like, you realise it's a Strand GL, right? That is so powerful because it's giving you your darkness energy. This enhances your prismatic gameplay tenfold. Not only that, you can generate orbs of power. You've got high super stats, so then you can start to then really build craft with this. Yeah, it's so important. Hunters. I mean, there is another role that's good as well. Sever Attrition Orbs. Sever Attrition Orbs is also good. I've got Sever Frenzy, not Sever Attrition Orbs. So Sever's good on this GL as well. Yeah, but you've got Fretted Spike, bear in mind, and Fretted Spike does Sever, you know. Demo's just really nice, and you can really build craft with it. So that tank room was done really quickly. Now we're on to the Unstoppable. Stun him. I'm stunning with Venom Ambition. We get our melee grapple, finish him off. Temporal Blast there, procs. Temporal Blast is unbelievable. Basically, every gun, you put Temporal Blast in it now. Primaries, specials, heavy weapons, every gun. It's just better than any other mod on the game now. As opposed to us putting backup mag on our guns, that's changed now. It's just Temporal Blast on everything. You don't need to build craft that. It's just put Temporal Blast on because it's just unbelievably powerful. I use a super here because it is an important time to get these turrets down. They'll shoot you in the back, so getting rid of them turrets is important. So we got our super usage done. Remember, you get a free ascension use on your super right at the back end. So there's a good skill gap with Silk Strike on Prismatic, and I've quite mastered it, to be honest, because I use Silk Strike a lot. I use Silk Strike a lot. What I'm probably lagging on, I know I've maybe been cocky with that, but what I am lagging on is Tether. I haven't used Tether in ages. So on one hand, I'm saying, yeah, I'm really decent with Silk Strike because I've had a lot of practice with it. But with my Tethers, I haven't tethered for ages, and I'm interested in making a Tether build going forward in the future as well. I just thought I would state that, you know, if you don't use something for a long time, you lose a little skill with that ability. And I would say I've lost a bit of skill with Tether because I haven't used Tether in forever, in a long time. Probably last time was when we was doing GMs, like last season GMs, which is a while ago. It's a long time ago. Okay, so now I've got a super to burn, so I'm going to do just that. So just watch this tech. Grapple, Ascension, right over that over that distance, and then we can get rid and close the gap between us and the enemies. So I can get rid of the VIPs, the phalanxes, the turrets, and look at what that's just done. That super's been very valuable to me. Now I'll do my combo, Strand GL, Ascension, Threaded Spike, Grapple Melee. We're just doing everything all at once, and I love this build. I actually think, dare I say it, Hunters have been massively buffed from the Edge of Fate gear rework. Hunters should be very happy right now with what's going on with the Hunters. I probably underplayed on how good Hunters are in Edge of Fate, but in my defense, I've been stuck in a leveling war for the last 3-4 weeks of leveling to 450, and you must understand, I'm not a very good multitasker. When I hyper-focus on something, I hyper-focus on something. I can't do multiple things very well at once. I can do something very well one at a time. So now I start build crafting right now today, properly. When I say build crafting, I mean real build crafting. I don't mean rubbish build crafting. I mean hyper detailed build crafting, what we need in endgame solo gameplay, and that's it. Whereas you see some people half build craft, they're leveling and then they're build crafting and they're leveling. You can't level and build craft properly at the same time. Not properly. Because you need endgame available to you to start that. And K1 GM is not, K1 Solo Lost Sector is not endgame content. So you can't test your build in something that's early game content, can you? It's a time paradox. You're not allowed to do it. Not until after post 400 power can you start build crafting properly. It depends on when you want to stop build crafting. If you leveling. If you stop leveling at 410, then you can start your build crafting journey for sure. But I ain't stopping until the 450 mark. So once I stop to that 450 mark, then I can then engage with all my builds for all my characters for time. Bear in mind, Edge of Fate's grindy for that. I've got all 3 characters to play and all builds to make a build for. Do you imagine now how hard this is? A lot of you are playing one class. Well, the real skill is playing all 3, and I've said this long time. You need to play all 3, farm all your sets for all 3 characters, and only the very, very best players will do this, where they really dial in every build for every single thing. Although what I've just done there is wrong. I popped a Transcendence by accident. We popped a Transcendence by accident, which is not ideal, but that's alright. It's going to show you or demonstrate to you how quickly I can get it back. Let's see how quickly I do get back this Transcendence, because I do need it for the boss in actual fact. If I want to play as aggressively as possible, I want my Transcendence very soon. This guy's tanky on this. You'll be surprised. He were 40 under. Yeah. And on this GM, this boss is quite tanky. He probably matches the old GM health pool. It's similar. It's probably similar, I would say, because don't bear in mind, I'm throwing everything at him. Grapple, melees, threaded spikes, anarchy, left and right, strand GL, supers, so much. Spamming so much at him. So let's just watch how this plays out. Boss spawns in, you get your super back, but you don't get Transcendence, of course. I'll use an Ascension. This will decoy him. Look, he's not even looking at me. That's the Ascension spam. That is what it is. So now I'm going to start generating and managing between my Strand GL and my Arc Anarchy, because this is giving me both. I need to do a bit more Darkness Energy, but the ads haven't come out yet, so I can just keep doing my damage. I want to save Super, although I could get it back very quickly, yes, but I want to save it for the exact time when I need it, which is not yet. Transcendence goes in, here we go. Melee Nade, Anarchy, Strand GL. The ads can't hit you because you every time your Ascension, right, amplified, less ads are less likely to hit you. The Ascension clone will decoy the ads away from your location. If the boss does Solar Flames, the Solar Flames will attack your clone, not you. And this just allows for a nice thing of just really playing aggressive against this boss. So now this is where I want middle. I want middle done. I want middle generator destroyed. That's what the super's there for, look. Then I've got back end of super damage for the boss and to make some extra clones, because I've got champions everywhere and I want to do this on purpose. I want the room to be chaotic on purpose. Okay, so look at this, the double champs, the entire room is focused on them clones. This is why I prefer clone tech. And by the way, because of Edge of Fate reworks, the invisibility rule for hunters is even less likely of a thing. You don't need invisibility on hunters now. You really don't need it that much. There's sometimes you might want to use it in certain day one scenarios. And when I say day one, I mean day one contest stuff. But you haven't got a day one contest coming up for a while. Yeah, there's no new dungeons yet at the minute. So it's not until Renegades that you'll need the day one mode in you. And even then, you could still run Ascension clone, because the tech between those two things is unreal. I'm going to use my super here. So watch that. Did you see that? Double Anarchy, then super. Look at the Ascension. Look at the Transcendence. So by the time this is ended, I just about get my Transcendence back. That's a neat little trick. Before you super, hit him with some energy, light energy of what you need. I get weak there because it's grounded. You see how weak I got? Like I say, you do get hit hard on this, so I am playing it really risky, but like I say, it's for the video. A promoted ad in middle, Temporal Blast destroys him. Now the boss is basically done. I could prop Transcendence now, but I'm not gonna. What I'm gonna do is try to get a super for Generator. That will destroy the Generator, and that will immediately take down his bubble and speed up the Proven Grounds GM, of course. I get my super. Boss is sendable. Great. Unstoppables are going to come out. It's going to be Chaos Room again, but I want it chaotic on purpose to just showcase this build off as much as possible. He's jumping on. What's he doing there? King of the Castle. Why is he jumping on that Generator like this? Super goes in. Anarchy as well, because we can spam it. So just light. I'm going to make some Ascension clones because I need to remember exit point. It's all well and good having half super left, but after that super's done, we want enough deceit. We want enough clones in the room where the ads can't handle me, man, because there's too many clones in the arena. So that's why we keep making them. Keep making them over and over and over. Now, we're going to go for another Transcendence for the Unstops. We need to kill them both. I mean, we don't have to, but I am doing it in the spirit of the run. We're killing the champs, of course. I could just kill the boss now, but I'm not going to do that. In the spirit of GMs, you kill your champs, don't you? That's what you do. That's it. That Transcendence pop was done. Now just watch this. Because I can pop super now, which does sizable damage. It wouldn't kill him, by the way, because he's quite tanky. What I'm going to do is aim for another Transcendence. Look at this. Look at Transcendence meters. Bear in mind, remember, it's not buffed by ability surges. That is the actual mechanic of combining Strand GL with Anarchy. Just means insane amounts of uptime on Transcendence. So just look at this. We can just face planting. We can just keep doing this over and over and over. This playback loop's really good. It really is. So anyways, I hope that run was entertaining enough for our Hunter loyalists, and that makes up for the mistake I made the other day with the Conquest Delve for Hunters. But that was a solo GM on the Fireteam Ops. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.